Welcome to Machshava on the Daf. Shir sponsor Nishma Sam Yaakov Nitzok. We're holding Avoda Zara Daf Ayin base. The Gemara on the end of Amud Aleph starts the sugya, the main place of the sugya of Nitzok chibur. When you're pouring from one place to another, is the connecting flow considered to be a connection from the top place to the bottom place? Now the Achronim over here bring a chakira. When you say the Nitzok is a chibur, if you hold Nitzok is a chibur, how does it work? Does it work that the bottom is considered to be on top? Meaning, because you have a stream of flow from the top to the bottom, so the bottom is considered to be connected to the top. It's considered to be as if it's on top. Or it's the opposite, that the top is right now on the bottom. Because there is a connection between the top and the top is considered to be right now in the bottom. The Avoda in Daf Ayin Gimel Amud Aleph, he discusses the Machlekes Rishonim. Do we say the concept of Rishon bottle? Every drop that goes in is bottle. Does that work when you have Nitzok, when you have the flow? And he says it depends on this Chakira. Because if you're saying that the bottom goes to the top, so you don't have Rishon bottle, the whole idea of Rishon bottle is the drops that come from the top, they're a bottle on the bottom. But if the bottom is together with the top, so there's no Rishon bottle. But if you hold that the top goes down to the bottom, so also if you have Nitzok, you should have Rishon bottle. And he says that's a machlekes the Raiva and the Ran. And that's what the Chasaseifa says, Le'il and Daf Ayin Aleph on base, and Tois the Matchel Shmamino. Tois brings what we have in our daf, a miktaf ketufi, meaning when you pour from the top to the bottom, if you make a break, if you don't make it in one flow, then it's not Nitzok. So it says the Chasaseifa, why is it not Nitzok? If Nitzok, the idea is that whatever is above is going to come eventually down to the bottom. So also if you make a break, if you do afsakis, you also, that whatever is coming from the top will come down to the bottom. So it says the Chasaseifa, you see from here, the Nitzok is not that the top will connect to the bottom. You say the Nitzok is that the bottom connects to the top. The bottom goes up, elevates itself to the top. So in Meila, if I have afsakis, if I have breaks, the bottom is not connected to the top. That's the Pshat Tesis. Well, I might say this Indian is connecting to Inyanim Amukim and Machshava and Avoda Hashem. The Kilis Yaakov in Erech Samech Mem Spichas Geula Tefillah goes on to explain the difference between Spichas Geula Tefillah and Nefila Sapayim. Tachno says Spichas Geula Tefillah is that Kodesh Baruch Hu goes down, so to speak, down from the top to the bottom to connect to Am Yisrael. Mashiach Nefila Sapayim means that we go from the bottom to the top, we're oil lamalo and we connect to the above. And he says the Kilis Yaakov, the idea of Spichas Geula Tefillah is the idea of Nitzok. Nitzok is a chibur, a connection from the top to the bottom. So clearly the Kilis Yaakov learns that Nitzok is whatever is above goes down to the bottom, because that's the idea, the difference between Spichas Geula Tefillah and Nefila Sapayim. Does it go, the top goes to the bottom to the top? He learns the top goes down to the bottom, and that's called Nitzok. And similarly we find in the Noam Elimelech Pashas Balak, on the pasuk Yizal Ma'im Medalyo V'Zara B'Mayim Rabin, says the Noam Elimelech, what is Yizal Ma'im Medalyo? That a tzaddik, he connects to the Ilyonim, and he brings all the ashparas from above to the bottom. The flow goes on its own. Izal Mai Medalyo, the water goes out on its own. And so to speak, there's a ashpar, tmidis, coming from the top to the bottom. And that's the idea of Nitzok. You always connect the top to the bottom. That's what a tzaddik does. He's the Nitzok. So the mashmo, so the Noam Elimelech as well. That the idea of Nitzok is that the top goes down to the bottom. And that's like the way that Avoda explains the Ran. Says that the Ran that he learns, the Rishon bottle, works by Nitzok as well. He's the one who understands everything in the top connects to the bottom. So in the Kabbalah Svarim, in the Hasidus Svarim, mashmos of Nitzok is that the top connects to the bottom, and that's a little bit of the oimik that we have in the Indian of Nitzok. Anyone who wants to join the Machshava email us to WhatsApp, please email machshava@gmail.com.